babes, welcome to Saisa. This channel is about positive vibes. It's about being bold, being brave, and being courageous. And I'm excited about today's episode because I want to talk about social media detox. I would like to say that I have had a wonderful time of social media. I took time out for about 3 weeks, and that's about 21 days. And the reason why I was doing it is because I wanted to spend time on other things, and one of those other things was I wanted to spend time with God, and I also wanted to spend time listening and processing my thoughts. I felt that the social media, a lot of my information, I was getting a lot of information and I wasn't able to process it. And I felt I needed time out to process it and to reevaluate, to look through life, to see what I'm planning, to see what I have achieved, to look what I'm thankful for, and see everything else that goes in between it. And I have had a wonderful time. So I had planned to go off social media last year. I wasn't able to do it because I was afraid. I thought I'll miss out on a lot. But this year I gathered the courage and I was brave enough and I was bold enough. And I deleted all my accounts. That's my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. I deleted all my accounts, and voila, when I woke up in the morning, I wasn't on social media. I want to talk about the most exciting thing that happened, and I thought it was so funny that actually the next day when my alarm went off, I was in shock because there was no notification, there was nothing new to check. It was just there. It was just my blank phone, and I felt so bored about it. Then a day after, I downloaded again because I had nothing else to do. I wasn't checking a tweet, I wasn't checking a new feed, I wasn't checking a WhatsApp update. It's like I wasn't there, yet I was there. And so I want to talk about the things that I discovered and the things that I learned in these 21 days. And I'll start with the easy things. One of the easy things that I discovered about being away from social media is that I slept better. Like I had enough time to sleep. Like when I get to bed, I'm not checking anything, I'm not responding to anybody. I'll just sleep. So I slept more hours, which was something I didn't expect to discover. Then I had a lot of time. I kept time. Like I kept time in the things that I needed to do. Like if I said I need to do this for 2 hours, I was able to follow through for those 2 hours because I didn't have a lot of distractions like social media would have. Then I found out my phone was on charge the whole time. Imagine, like I would stay the whole day without my phone going off and without charging my phone again. Like at the lowest I went to was 60%. The rest of the time I could text, I could call, and I had charge. Like my battery, the life of my battery for my phone, I think got better within those 3 weeks. And I never used my power bank, so it was a good time. My final one on the easy things is that I regained my privacy. A lot of people who were stalking me had nothing else to see about me, you know? Like I wasn't there, but I'm there. I wasn't telling them what I'm eating, what I'm doing, where I'm going. Yeah, I'm sure they missed it. But anyway, those were my easy things. And on to the unexpected things that I discovered in my time of social media. One is that I got so creative in this time. I got ideas. It's like my creative edge just showed up. You know, those moments you're like, I can do this, I can do that, I had that moment. I even went back to writing. I got back to being excited about writing. So I spent some good hours doing a few of writings here and there. And so I would write, I would read, and then I'm like, if I said it this way, it would sound better. If I said it this other way, it would sound better. So I was more creative, and which was an amazing thing. It improved my moods. I was happier when I was off social media. Let me say, not that I'm a sad person, and I do not hate social media, because social media has brought a lot of good things to us. But you're competing with nobody. You don't know who is buying a car, who is buying a house, who is getting promoted, who is traveling to Santuri or wherever. You're just there with yourself. So I was more happier. I felt happier. I felt like I was conquering the world. I felt like the world needed me and I needed to be here to do something. Yeah, and I felt like it was an amazing time to give to other people. So I was in the best of moods. I was happier most of the time with everything that was going on. And of course, yes, I was watching news, so I could tell what was going on. I gained a lot of free time in the sense that I got probably free time. 30 minutes was a lot of time. When you're on social media, you can even go for hours and you don't notice that you've been on social media for hours. But now when you're not on social media, because a few days after I had downloaded the game, I realized it was taking a lot of my time. It was even more addictive than the social media itself, so I deleted the game. And so if I'm not answering a phone call, I'm not texting, I have free time. And I'm glad that I got the free time to do other things that I really, really enjoyed doing. And some of those things is what I will talk about in a short while. But I had a good time with the free time, and I used it for good and constructive things. The other one is I started reconnecting and realizing and noticing my surroundings, in the sense that every time you're in a public car, well, you're in a matatu or a bus, everybody is on their phone. Everybody is texting. Everybody are checking something. Everybody seems to be so busy on their phones. And you're the only one seated, like you're there, seated with nothing to do, standing and seeing my surroundings. One of the things that I was able to notice that I haven't noticed in a long time was that people still go to the newspaper stand there, read the headline, pick the newspaper, read the whole of newspaper, and then return it to the seller and walk away. I hadn't noticed this in a long time, and noticing it was like a wow moment. I'm like, people still do that even in this era of having an online newspaper. And I thought I wouldn't have seen this if I was still on social media, because that route is a route I use almost on a daily basis, but I'm always on the phone. Maybe I'm checking something, or I'm calling somebody, or I'm texting, or I'm responding to WhatsApp. So there was no way I could have noticed this. So I'm really glad that I was able to notice my surroundings and everything that is around me. And it was such a refreshing moment for me to be able to see what has been happening around me. My other unexpected thing was I didn't expect to deal with withdrawal. It's like when you stop doing something and you don't know why you stop doing it. So the hardest time for me was the first 5 days. They were really, really hard. I missed talking to people. I was feeling like I'm missing out. And it's like I was having nothing to do with myself or with my time. So overcoming that also was a really, really good thing for me, because it made me realize that I had the courage to push on. My last one on the unexpected is when people noticed I'm not on social media. So I got all manner of thoughts. People thought I lost my phone. Other people thought I didn't want to be on social media again because I don't have a phone that has the capacity to be on social media. Others, they're like, where have you been? I haven't seen you, I haven't talked to you. And it's not someone that we meet often. So I was wondering, we haven't met in the last 6 months, so how would you know that you're not seeing me? But I realized it's because they're not seeing me on WhatsApp, they're not seeing me on Instagram, so they feel that I'm missing out and that I'm not available. And yet I was there. Well, there were all funny manner of things that people talked about, asked me about, and they're like, are you trying to run away from someone? Did someone say something hateful to you? Did someone break your heart? Do you owe anybody money? So you're off because you don't want them to check up on you. So I thought that was quite interesting to see how people see the world in a different way, and how they respond to a small thing like you not being on social media, and how their thoughts about you could go in so many different directions. The other one is the photos. You take a photo with the intention to share it. So when I'm not on social media, I would take the photo and I'm like, oh, I thought this would look good on Instagram. I thought this would look good on my WhatsApp update. And then I'm not on social media. So I learned to take photos and keep them because I want to capture the moment, not because I really, really want to say something about it or to share it. It's just that I want to. It helped me redefine why I take photos. and why I want to capture those moments even without sharing them with other people. For the most exciting stuff that that I got to pick from this social media detox, one of my most deepest part was overcoming the fear of missing out. It felt like people were having conversations, people were enjoying, people were meeting, people were talking, people knew what was trending, and I was just there. And that took a few days, actually more than days. It took about a week and or so for me to really be okay with not knowing everything, and not knowing everything that is happening to people who are my friends, who are around me. Just accepting that, yeah, they're like, it happened, and I don't know that it happened. And in fact, I also, for that reason, I also got to experience the earthquake without being busy. I was just seated, I was just seated writing, and then the earthquake happened, and I didn't miss it. So I thought it's an amazing thing that I was off social media and something happened in the physical, and I experienced it. That was really, really something. Then I got to spend more time with, the reason why I was going off social media is because I needed time to spend with God, and also to hear my thoughts and process a lot of my thoughts and interact with myself and look back and reevaluate, set new goals, check my dreams, check the things I wanted to achieve, check the things I'm looking forward to doing, and take it all in and process it and plan. And so I got really good time to pray. I got time to read the word more. I got time to fast. And I got time to really work on my relationship with God, which was really, really, really an amazing time. And now I can truly say that my relationship with God is at a really better place. That I am more honest, I'm more truthful, and I am able to express myself and say the things that I am feeling or thinking without having to wait until a particular time to do it. So it actually also helped me to change how I view God and how I look at the things I want to talk about. It also helped me to rekindle some friendships. A lot of times you talk to someone on WhatsApp and you think you have really catched up with someone. You think you really know what's going on with someone. But until you sit down and have a sit down and talk to that person, and then you find out, voila, all this was happening and I didn't know. So I got time to meet old friends, talk, laugh, pray together, hang out, and just catch up on what life is offering them, where they are at with God, where they are at with their lives. And it was an amazing time because I really, really enjoy deep and entertaining and thoughtful conversations with people. So I'm glad I got to rekindle my friendships. The other thing is I got to reevaluate the things I was planning to do or I wanted to do. And what came out clearly is that the dreams that I thought I wanted, some of them were not properly aligned to who I am or to what I would want to do. And so I got a lot of adjusting. And what came out so clearly was that I want to be intentional. I want to be intentional in the things that I talk about. I want to be intentional with my conversations with people. I want to be intentional when I'm serving God. I want to be intentional when I'm calling someone to find out, are you really okay? I want to be intentional with the way I do the things that I do, whether it's being creative, whether it's working on my relationships with family. And I realized that the one thing I really want to achieve is to be intentional in all areas of my life. And that's a really, really good space for me to be right now. And with all that said, I really would want to say the things that I'm planning to do now that I'm planning to come back to social media. And my two major most takeouts is I want to be better with how I spend my time on social media. My other takeout was I will not go on social media until 10 a.m. in the morning. I know that's a bit hard when the notifications are just blinking and you're there thinking I should respond to this now. So I'm hoping that will be the first thing that I try to open up all my social media after 10 a.m. And I hope I can do it, and I really need God's grace to do it. I want to say that I would not have been able to achieve all this without the help of God. His grace was really, really sufficient, and being able to remember that everything I cannot do it with my own strength. I need him to help me. And so today I want to just encourage you and give you time to think, what is it that you would want to do, and that you feel that you really need to be bold about it, you need to be brave, and you need to be courageous, and you need to see it through until the last time. It might be a big thing, it might be a small thing, it might be a change of a career, or you want to see different things, you want to achieve different things, you want to change how you have your conversations, you want to work on your relationships, such kind of things. And this is what I would say. Try it. And until you start, you wouldn't know whether you'd be able to do it. And so I am so glad that you have watched this vlog, and I hope to see you again. Remember that to be bold in the small moments, to be brave amidst of fear, and to be courageous because life requires it. Like, share, and subscribe.